Holla y'all, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a haul follow-up. Now, I do understand, realize, am aware of that my haul follow-ups have been like kind of far and few and in between in comparison to the recent hauls that I've posted. Now, partly that is because if any of y'all remember those hauls, I will leave correlating hauls linked down below. But if y'all are familiar with those hauls, you will know that the majority of the product that I was purchasing was skincare, and I'm trying to be better about using up skincare before using something new. So it may take me a bit longer to kind of get the results and the opinions and the using up in order for me to comment on it in said haul follow-up video. And the products I'm talking about here isn't from one specific haul. Usually what I used to do is I'd haul and then I'd talk about all the products in that one. This is kind of a mishmash from all of them, taking products that I have used and have opinions on and everything like that. So there is a lot to talk about, so let's just get into it. Now let's just address some of the things that I do no longer have in my possession. I purchased two Charlotte Tilbury foundations and her like flawless filter liquid thing. None of those worked for me. So many of y'all had thought so highly of it and you were like, this is great, this is something I love, but for my complexion, it just wasn't doing it, especially for the foundations, which were a very high coverage. Y'all know two of my absolute holy grail foundations is the Josie Maran Vibrancy Argan Oil Fluid Liquid and the Physicians Formula the Healthy Foundation. And these, while they were high coverage and, you know, they look good for filming, but if you would get up close, you would see some accentuation on the dry parts, on the texture going on here. It just wasn't worth it for me to keep it for filming, because if I'm going to use a higher coverage foundation, I've got my Milani one, I've got the Too Faced Born This Way. You know, there are other higher coverage foundations that work better for my skin type. So all of that was just a big no for me. That went back. Something else that was a no for me was the Tarte C Hyaluronic Serum thing. Now, while this serum was nice while I was using it, I just didn't notice any kind of amazing difference in my skin. I didn't notice a higher level of hydration. I didn't notice it helping my texture or anything like that, or making my face any plumper or fuller or better. So that was just something that, once again, I was like, it's not working for me. I'm not gonna suffer through using it. So that went back as well. And now let's talk about some stuff that did work. Kind of a given. Well, I don't know if it's a given because not everything works the same for everybody. But this is the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. Now I use this as a setting spray. I don't so much use it as a primer. I haven't tried it in that capacity yet. But as a finishing spray, this is really, really nice. It's silicone-free, alcohol-free, oil-free, and yet it still delivers a nice, healthy finish to your foundation. I love this. I'll set like my concealer and whatever with powder and you might look a little dry, a little whatever. This delivers the hydration right back to your face. And I have noticed that this does keep my makeup from breaking out or like creping in those like fine line areas. And this did not break me out, even though it did have the coconutness in it, because we all know that sometimes doesn't work well for the complexion of moi. Something else that I am very happy to say is a hit. This is the Milk Makeup Vegan Milk Moisturizer. Now, I will say it was kind of funny because I got a sample of this and I was like, well, let me try the sample before I bust into this big one. And I was trying the sample and I was like, I wasn't really feeling it. I didn't notice that it did anything. My major dry patch is right here and here and here. I didn't notice that it did anything. It was like really thick and didn't smooth out nicely, and I was like, not a fan. But then when I opened this one and tried it out, it was fine. This is definitely a thicker. This is going to be, for me, the way that I use it. This is my nighttime moisturizer, kind of like I was using the Tatcha, the Dewy Skin Cream. Did I just say Tatcha instead of Tatcha? But I found that the formula, honestly, from the little one to this one was different. And I know there is kind of some conspiracy theories going around brands putting different formulas or whatever in their like smaller products, whatever. So I wonder if that's what happened with this. But this one, I like. My face is smooth and hydrated. This really helps with like redness and inflammation and anything like that. So this has been a nice addition to my current skincare routine. Another nice addition to my skincare routine has been the Tatcha The Water Cream. Now I did purchase this because y'all know that I actually do really like the Dewy Skin Cream for my nighttime moisturizer. But I wanted to get this because I'm gonna be doing that expensive skincare is it worth it video. And this is this is a daytime moisturizer. It is a light, almost, I don't want to say, it's not a gel, but it is definitely a much lighter, more airy, just lighter. It's not as thick, it's not as heavy. And I've been using this one in the daytime and under my makeup, and it looks just so nice. And one thing that I find that when I use this is as I'm like putting it on my face, it kind of, I don't know if it's supposed to do this. I don't know if that's in the claims that it has. But I notice that as I'm like putting it on my face, it almost has this like blurring effect, and it just delivers this beautiful, smooth, and just, it's just a really, really nice lightweight moisturizer. It isn't tacky, it dries down beautifully, but still maintains that level of hydration. So this is obviously going to be in that video, but so far I have been really liking this. Some complexion products. Several of y'all had recommended to me the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream plus Anti-Aging Hydrating Serum in Original and Illumination. I love both of these. I wish that this is great. This is a great foundation. It is whatever. This is one of the foundations that I am going to use that's a higher coverage, but still is really good for my skin, my complexion, my type. It doesn't accentuate or exaggerate the dryness is what I'm trying to say. The Illumination one, I'm not sure so much. It's got like some shimmery shininess going on to it, so I'm not sure if it's illuminating or if it's just like glittery. Pretty much the exact same formula. This is going to be a perfect shade for me in the summertime. I would like to have this for the wintertime, but we're gonna wait until 2021 to invest in another wintertime foundation. So for now, these are just really nice. It is a higher, it's like a light to medium coverage, kind of a little less than the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. But I really, really like how my face looks when I use these. It's very it just looks nice and healthy and radiant without being like thick and cakey, but it's still enough coverage. Next up is something that's kind of a given. This is a repurchase. I actually got my first one through Octoly. This one's all nasty because I've been using it. But this is the Pure Joystick Exfoliating Deep Pore Cleanser. I do not consider this a deep pore cleanser because y'all know your girl has tried a lot of exfoliation. I actually consider this gentle enough for me to use every 1 to 2 days. It's not something that I use all the time, but I really, really like how this just kind of ever so gently buffs away the dry skin cells, helps with the texture. This is also something that really helps reduce redness and anything like that. It's very non-irritating. A little bit goes a long way. This is like one of the only products in existence that I'm okay with being in a stick format. So this is something I knew that I loved, and I have used it before. I've been through a whole one before. We're making good progress on this one. If you're looking for a nice, if you've got, I would say, probably normal to dry or normal to oily, this is probably something that would work for you. I'm not sure if you're like full-blown dry or full-blown oily if this is going to be okay. But for me and my kind of combination skin going on, this works really well and I really like it. Next up, we have, once again, sort of, well, it's not a given. Anytime you try a product, even if you think in your brain, this is going to be the most amazing thing ever, doesn't necessarily mean that that's what it's going to be. But the Patrick Ta blushes, I'm pretty sure these have already been in a favorites video. I may have talked about it in a makeup worth the money. I don't know. You all know I pre-film and I do all that, so sometimes differentiating between what videos have been filmed, what videos have been edited, and what videos have been uploaded kind of blurs together. But y'all, these are an absolutely sublime formula. I'm actually wearing, of course it's the last one that I open up, I'm wearing She's Seductive today on my cheekies. This is definitely a harder pressed blush. I would say more akin to the Tarte formula, where you're not gonna get a heckin' amount of pigment on that first swipe, and don't even try to swatch these, you ain't gonna get nothing. But that's kind of part of what I like about them. They're just that perfect level of pigmentation where you can build it up and it doesn't look cakey and it just looks absolutely beautiful on the skin. This is one of my top 5 favorite blush formulas. It is just so good. I need Patrick to wait until 2021, and then I need him to release like 10 more colors of this. But don't do it in 2020, because if you do it in 2020, I'm not gonna be able to buy them. But I highly recommend each and every single one of these. These are just ones that I've been reaching for over and over again. They're just so nice and beautiful. They're just a natural, a definitely your skin but better type blush. Like you put it on and you just feel lifted and illuminated and flushed and beautiful. I tell you, these blushes evoke a lot of ness in me. Then we might as well discuss the other Patrick Ta product. I think, pretty sure these have been in a favorites video. I'm sure I've talked about these, or I'm going to be talking about them, but these are the Monochromatic Moment Silky Lip Creams. Now these are very familiar to the Kat Von D lip vinyls that she just released and I reviewed. I would honestly almost say that the Kat Von D lip vinyls are maybe just a little bit better than these, but they are both very comparable to one another. I'm actually wearing one of the Kat Von D ones on my lips today in the shade Lolita, if any of y'all are interested. But these are just such a beautiful formula. Sometimes when it comes to liquid lipsticks, I mean, y'all know that I don't do bullet lipsticks no more. And sometimes when it comes to liquid lipsticks, you know, sometimes you can look a little flat, and sometimes when you put like a gloss on them, it's not doing so good either. And so these are just a nice, very, very pigmented lip product that just, I mean, basically the finish is the same like these, you know. It's a pigmented liquid lipstick, but it's like this full, and I have no idea. It gives your lips a lift. I mean, when I first tried this, I was like, oh, okay, Kylie Jenner who? My lips were looking a little extra plump and a little extra juicy, and y'all know your girl ain't got no full lips. I got thin lips. And so these are just so beautiful. I wish that there was like a little bit more differentiation between the colors, but this is another thing that if he were to come out with like a crap ton of colors, I'd be like, go out and buy them. Buy them all. They're absolutely beautiful. They're absolutely stunning. They wear beautifully on the lips. I love how I'm like as if I'm wearing one of them, but they don't get all nasty up in this area. They don't feather, they don't bleed, they stay in place. They're just the absolute perfect mixture of a lipstick and a gloss. It is just the best of both worlds, and I absolutely love these. Another lipstick product that was kind of a little bit of a shot in the dark. Pretty sure y'all would have seen this in my anti-hauled it, one of my anti-hauled it but bought it videos. But these are the Fenty Beauty Poutsicle lipsticks. And I anti-hauled these because y'all know when it comes to bullet lipsticks, your girl is not so good at using them. And I will tell you right now, if all of my bullet lipsticks were this formula, I would use every single one of them. This is like the perfect, it's a lipstick that's very pigmented, but it isn't thick or heavy. It's like heckin' pigmented, but it's like a delicate layer, a delicate, just like, I don't even know, a delicate layer of color. But the formula of these is just absolutely perfect. Like I said, it's that perfect level of pigmentation, but it doesn't feel like anything on your lips. Like, I love some of the Kat Von D colors, but her lipstick, her bullet lipsticks, the Studded Kiss ones, they can end up feeling very thick and very drying and not very creamy. These just glide over your lips absolutely beautifully. I wish she would take this formula and make it permanent and give us like 50 billion shades, because I would literally go out and every shade that I have that I love in bullet lipstick form, I would find in this formula, get rid of that one and buy one of these. And even with like the crazy color, like right here, like it's just the exact same formula where it's just so soft and smooth and wearable while still being like the opacity of, say, a liquid lipstick or any of the others. I love these. I bought them because they were on sale and I secretly deep down wanted them, and then they just turned into being this absolutely wonderful formula. Highly recommend getting any of these if they are still available. Then another formula that kind of threw me for a loop, back in my collab with Lacey from Spooky Lips and Fat Hips, she mentioned these and I was like, I never thought about giving those a try, so let's give them a try. I have the shades Unicorn, Wicked, and Granny Panties, and these are such a nice formula. I would definitely recommend this formula over Kat Von D, mostly because when it comes to the Kat Von D liquid lipstick formula, she's kind of inconsistent. Like, some shades will be great and perfect, and other shades, it's like the Sahara Desert on your lips. And I absolutely, I love this shade. This shade's really cool and unique, but the formula of these two, like, darker, weirder shades, this is probably one of the best green liquid lipsticks I have ever tried, and I've tried a lot. I just absolutely love this formula. The applicator is all kinds of nice and velvety and super precise. It is just a beautiful, beautiful formula. And if I wasn't on a low buy, I'll be going out and I'll be getting me some more of these. But for now, we're going to keep these three. And there's, like I said, it's just, you just try it out and you're like, okay, whatever. You have the ones you use all the time. And then you're just like, but these are fantastic. Absolutely amazing. Then something else that is absolutely fantastic and amazing. These are the Milk Makeup Flex highlighters. Now, y'all know a good highlighter formula gets me going, and this is a good highlighter formula. This is in Lit, and it's just, it is, I mean, y'all see that glow, and the nice thing about these is that's what you get on your face. And not only is that what you get on your face, these are one of the smoothest formulas. They just glide over the skin. They glide over foundation. They glide over blush. They glide over powder. And they just smooth across the skin like delicious metallic butter. Now, the one shade that's like too dark for me, I still love, because it is so stunning. It's like a rose gold, but it's got like, you ain't gonna see it, but it's got like purple, pinkly, whatever sparkles going on in it. And it's the type of formula where it's not glitter running up all around on your face. It's suspended within the highlighter formula, so it stays where you put it. Once again, if I was not on low buy and Milk Makeup decided to be all like, well, we're gonna increase the range by 10 shades, I'd be like, okay, I need all of them, please and thank you. But we on that low buy, so we're gonna stay with these ones. But it's a great formula. If you're looking to try out a new highlighter, definitely recommend this one. Then something else that was just kind of a given. This was on sale, I think. I can't remember, but it was on sale, and I was all like, oh, this is the Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions whateverness palette. Now, y'all know I love the majority of her little palettes like this. I had the jewel ones, I've got the neon ones, the nude ones were okay, a little bit inconsistent in my opinion, but typically I love these, and I love this one, the matte to shimmer ratio. Absolute perfection. You get 9 shades and only 2 of them are shimmers, and they're nice and beautiful. This shimmer, this orange shimmer right here. I have a purple and orange look planned, and this is gonna be the shimmer that I use. I think this is such a great formula. I wish you would take whatever the frig this formula is and just hold on to that and then transfer that into like whenever she releases a larger palette like Mercury Retrograde, which wasn't that amazing in my opinion. So this was just kind of something that I was like, oh, I'm 99.9% going to like it, and now it's 100% that I like it. I do think that these are a really good quality and consistent formula. Then something that was totally random, it's the type of thing where you're just going through and you're minding your own business, and then you start reading reviews, and then you're like, oh, well, I guess I need this in my life. This is from a brand called the Route, however, wherever your denominal whateverness, however you pronounce that. The Girlfriend Skin Loving Glow Primer. Now, this works well as a primer. It delivers, you know, a nice level of smoothness and illumination, but what I use this for is my no makeup days, because I shiz you not, this product, this mixed with the Tatcha water cream, it makes your face look like frosted, purified, just absolutely beautiful, glass-like and healthy. Now, when I say frosted, I'm not meaning like frosty, icy. I'm meaning like it looks like glass, but it's not like shiny. It's smooth. It's even. Redness is toned down. Texture is reduced, and it just looks the first time I put this on my face, I was like, oh, okay, is that a party trick? And then I kept using it, and it just like I said, I really like it under foundation, but my favorite thing about this is using this on days when I want to go out and I want to look less like a homeless person and less like I've literally spent the last 48 hours binge watching RuPaul's Drag Race on Hulu. And so I just slab a little bit of this on my face. You start with the moisturizer, then you put this on top of it, a little bit of the Natasha Denona blush palette, whatever, and I am good to go. This is pricey, but it has really changed my no makeup days, because this really just makes your skin look so much nicer. Then something that I know for a fact was in a favorites video because I used it and it blew my mind. Y'all know that typically when I do my whatevers, my brows are pretty intense. This is not what people would consider an everyday brow. So when I'm doing my no makeup days and I've got like a very natural face and I do this, it looks a little weird. And so I decided to pick up the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel Pomade something. And I love this. I was like, okay, how game-changing could this be? And I just whoop, 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 whoop a little bit through my brows. And I was like, oh, look, who's she? It helps me look more pulled together without looking like a barefaced drag queen when I go out in public. And I actually used this on my mom on my brother's wedding, and she actually came over and she's like, what did you use on my brows? And I just so happened to have a sample of this, and I was like, take it, it's great, it's good, it's wonderful. So this is like, you know, my mom, she don't even wear lots of makeup, so if it impressed me and it impressed her, that's saying something. So this is once again, you know, kind of like, you know, the really amping up that no makeup I should do a video doing my like no makeup look, which is honestly mostly skincare, but you know how it goes. But this is something that I'm not sure what kind of expectation I had for it, but I used it and I was like, that's it. Game changer, completely changed up my routine. But that is all I have for this particular haul follow-up. The majority of this was makeup, so it may be a pretty long while before I get another haul follow-up done because like I said, the majority of those products were skincare. It takes an extended period of time to go through something, to use something new, to figure out what you're doing. Obviously, I would love to hear y'all's thoughts on these products, whether you agree with me, you don't agree with me. Let me know something that you've been loving from a recent haul that you have. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah!